What's up, guys? How you doing? It's your boy G. Look, I'm standing outside the studio. It's a beautiful day out here in BR, man. There's no clouds in the sky, blue skies out here, man. So I just wanted just to turn on the camera and just talk to y'all today, right? So today I'm going to talk to you about business. All right, you may be asking, what am I going to talk about concerning business, right? Well, I get a lot of people that come up to me and say, gee, I saw your transition from being an employee with a business on the side to being a full-time business owner. I want to be like you. I want to stop punching the clock. I want to stop having to answer to somebody. I want to be my own person and so on and so forth, right? And I'm going to be honest with you guys. Those things are dope. It's a blessing from God, but business is not for the faint at heart. It's trill out here, you know what I mean? It's some days you have the greatest days. Some days you have the worst days, but what you have to do is like you have to persevere. You have to keep going through because it's peaks and valleys. It's a roller coaster ride, but the more you learn about what you should learn and the more that you focus on what you should focus, it's gonna level out for you a little bit. You know what I'm saying? A little bit at a time. Sometimes it levels out fast. It just depends on you. It depends on, like how the ball drops for you. But one thing I do know that I had to hone in on, and I'm glad I started working on it early, is mindset. I'm gonna tell you, if you don't have a proper mindset, you won't be built for this at all. You know what I'm saying? You won't be able to do what you need to do, and this will eat you up alive. You know what I'm saying? One thing about mindset is, a lot of times going from an employee standpoint to a business owner and then possibly an employer standpoint is that you have to shift your mindset. And one thing about business is business will expose opportunities like this to whereas you have to depend on yourself outside of God, of course, will expose all of your weaknesses. It will show you exactly what you need to fix. It'll show you where you're weak. It'll also show you where you're strong. So what you have to do is you have to be honest with yourself, excuse me, and you have to look at yourself with an honest vantage point, from an honest vantage point, and you have to look at yourself with a truthful lens and really work on whatever you're weak at. Because I know one thing that I had to work on was time management, and I'm still working on that, guys. You know what I'm saying? I have a creative mind, man, so my mind goes a mile a minute. You know what I'm saying? People don't understand that. And when I want to be creative, I want to be creative. When I don't feel like being creative, I don't feel like being creative. But guess what? In business, you got to make it do what it do. You know what I'm saying? You have to do what you don't want to do sometimes. And a lot of times what happens is it gets to the point to where depending on your service base, like what you do, who you serve, and so on and so forth, you might be doing the same stuff over and over, And if it's something that you don't like to do over and over and over, you can find yourself not really honing into those creative juices as opposed to if you were doing something that you wanted to do at that time. But for the sake of business and in order to do what you need to do and accomplish, you got to make those things happen. You got to shift your mindset, guys. You got to look at it as, you know what? I'm not punching the clock. I don't have to answer to somebody. But you know what? In all actuality, I do have to answer to somebody. I have to answer to myself. I have to answer to God first. I have to answer to myself. And I have to answer to the customers that I'm serving. So with that being said, I'm going to be honest with you. Some people might argue with me, but I feel like honestly, doing those things and having to answer to yourself in a truthful and a holistic manner is more difficult than you having to answer to somebody else. Because one thing about it, hold on, we in BR, y'all. All right, they turning the corner. Because one thing about it, yeah, you need to answer to your boss in the proper manner and so on and so forth, because of course you want to keep on getting paid. You want to honor God, you know what I'm saying, first and foremost. But of course you want to keep on getting paid, you know what I mean? But look, I'm gonna tell you like this, when you work for yourself, depending on what you're doing, if you don't have like the proper things in line and in order, if you don't make it do what it do, you don't get a check, you don't get paid. So a lot of times people say, again, they say, hey man, I want to be like you, like you got your freedom. And yeah, I got my freedom, that's true. But at the same time, I got to make it do what it do, you know what I mean? So you always have to have the mindset to take care of business and learn how to appreciate opportunities when they come. Now, granted, every opportunity might not be the opportunity for you, and that's understandable, that's cool, you know what I'm saying? That goes back to mindset too, not chasing the money. One thing that I've realized is if you chase the dollar, you're gonna find yourself in some adverse situations, dealing with some adverse people at times. And look, all money ain't good money, you heard me? Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't wanna work with everybody. You know what I'm saying? Some people feel like they don't wanna work with me, and that's Gucci, that's cool. I ain't tripping on that. Because you know what? You know, what's for me is for me, and what ain't for me ain't for me. And I'm at the point now to whereas I'm not trying to chase every job, I'm not trying to chase every dollar, I'm not trying to chase every client. Cause look, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I've dropped the ball in my business. I've been in business, man, for over 13 years, and I've dropped the ball a lot of times. I'm gonna be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? I'm human, I'm learning, you know, like other obligations and so on and so forth, just being transparent with you guys. But I've had, you know, I've worked with clients that, you know, I told myself in my mind, you know, I didn't even have to have an argument with them. You know, it wasn't no conversation or nothing like that. I just told myself in my mind, oh yeah, I ain't working with that one no more. It's dead game on that, it's over. So, you know, don't chase every opportunity. Yes, you need the money, but hey, man, look, I'm gonna tell you like this, peace of mind is something that you can't buy. And peace of mind is what a lot of people don't have, you know, and that's one of the beautiful things about being a business owner or working for yourself, you know what I'm saying? If you have your mindset going in the proper way, right? If you're growing your mindset, you know, you'll understand at some point that your peace surpasses everything else, you know what I'm saying? And you do have to fight for your peace out here, y'all. You know, hey, we live in a world, we live in an environment that peace is not afforded to you, you know, like even in terms with God, you know what I'm saying? You know, yeah, man, like you pray for peace, man, but you gotta make those steps. You gotta walk in that direction too as well sometimes, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, you know, business is great from the standpoint of, oh, I forgot to talk about this. You don't have a ceiling on your dollars, you know what I'm saying? So I might have a job to where they might cap me at 60 grand, you know what I mean? And 60 grand, you know, like that's a lot of money. I don't care what nobody say. But at the same time, if you're out working the position and if they can't move you up to a higher paying job, and if they can move you up to a different opportunity, but you don't want that opportunity, you capped out, you maxed out at that point in time. You either gotta, you know, do something that you don't want to do, or you have to change organizations, or you have to do something outside of that job in order to make the money that you want to make. Whereas in business, hey man, if you have the proper product, if you have the proper service, and if you market yourself in the right manner, you can make 100,000. You can make that 60 grand in an hour, 60 grand in 5 minutes. So again, you know, that's one of the beautiful things about being a business owner. Your income potential, your income earning potential, sorry about that, y'all, it's unlimited. I'm gonna be honest with you, you know. So, you know, it's they do have advantages, but it also has challenges. I'm not going to say that business has disadvantages, because hey, as long as you do what you need to do in a proper manner and keep everything where you need to keep it and analyze the market and do all the things that you need to do, you'll be okay. You'll make it through. You know what I'm saying? But look, it's a marathon. You know, like Nipsey said it best. You know what I mean? It's a marathon out here, you know, and I'm gonna tell you something like this. I was listening to the Clips one time, like years ago, long time ago. And them boys had a song called Keys Open Doors. And I mean, that is one of the realest statements that I've heard in a long time. Keys do open doors. And look, I'm gonna tell you like this, the major key is keeping God first. That's the first thing, you know what I'm saying? Growing your relationship with him, because I'm gonna be honest, and I know I've been saying that a lot, yeah, I'm just going off the dome. Forgive me for keep on saying the same phrases, but I'm gonna be honest with you, you know what I'm saying? Like without that foundation in the Lord, it's gonna be a hard ride for you. I don't care what you've been through, I don't care what you believe in, and so on and so forth. I'm gonna tell you like this, have your foundation rooted in Jesus Christ. You know what I'm saying? That's the first thing, you know? And that is what has allowed me to persevere, because I've had some days, man, look, I want to quit. I've had some days where I said to myself over the past 3 years since I've been full-time, I had some days I'm like, man, hey, bro, man, I'm tired of I'm tired of doing this, I'm tired of doing that. You know what I'm saying? You know, like maybe I need to go back, man, and give me a little something on the side. You know what I mean? You know, because I just want to have the sense of it making sense, if that makes any sense to you, no pun intended. But, you know, it was just one of them situations where I just had to keep on persevering and keep on keeping my faith in God and just say, you know what, man, I'm gonna take my hands off it, because we can't control everything, y'all. And I know I'm talking about a whole lot of different things, but this is just coming to my mind right now. Again, I just wanted just to stand outside. It's a pretty day, and I said I might as well talk about something while I'm out here, you know? So with that being said, leave your comments below. Like, let me know what you want me to talk about, like what you thought about this video. I'm not gonna edit. I'm gonna leave the mistakes in there. I'm gonna leave, you know, the sirens and everything in there, because it's a real video, you know what I'm saying? It's real talk. So with that being said, follow me, subscribe wherever you're watching this at, and holla at your boy. Peace.